You go to bed feeling completely normal, but sometime in the night, something changes. You wake up struggling to speak, unable to move your arm, or feeling suddenly confused. No warning. No pain. Just one silent, life-altering stroke. Most people assume strokes only happen because of poor diet, smoking, or high blood pressure. But what if I told you there's something else, something millions of people over 60 are doing every day, that could quietly increase the risk? Something they believe is protecting their health, when it's actually putting their brain in danger. This isn't a scare tactic. It's a wake-up call. Because certain habits, often as innocent as a daily pill, can silently lead to brain bleeds, clots, or nerve damage over time. If you're over 60, or caring for someone who is, stay with me. The next few minutes could make all the difference in preventing the stroke you never saw coming. Number 1. The heart vitamin that spikes blood pressure, niacin, B3. Let's talk about a vitamin that many people believe is great for the heart, but that can quietly put your brain at risk if taken the wrong way. It's called niacin, also known as vitamin B3. Niacin is often praised for its ability to lower cholesterol and improve circulation. You'll find it in heart health supplements, fortified cereals, and even energy drinks. And while small amounts of niacin are essential for your body, large doses can cause real harm, especially after age 60. Here's what happens. When niacin is taken in high doses, typically 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams a day, it causes your blood vessels to suddenly expand, which is why you might feel a warm flush in your face or chest. But shortly after that, those same blood vessels snap back and constrict, which can lead to a rapid spike in blood pressure. This sudden dilation and constriction, think of it like flipping a light switch on and off repeatedly, puts tremendous stress on your blood vessels and reduces blood flow to the brain. Over time, this can increase your risk of a transient ischemic attack, TIA, also called a mini-stroke, or even lead to a full-blown stroke. What's especially concerning is that many over-the-counter supplements marketed for cholesterol support or cardiovascular health contain mega doses of niacin, sometimes 1,000 milligrams per serving or more, often without any warning label. And even products labeled flush-free or extended release can still cause these blood pressure fluctuations, especially in older adults. So how much niacin do seniors actually need? For most adults over 60, no more than 50 milligrams per day is necessary, and even then, it should only be used under a doctor's supervision. If you have high blood pressure, a history of heart problems, or take medications for cholesterol, always check the labels of your supplements and drinks. Be especially cautious with energy drinks and cholesterol blends. They often hide high levels of niacin under terms like B-complex or heart formula. Niacin can be helpful when used properly, but in excess, it may do more harm than good, especially when it comes to your brain. Don't let a well-meaning supplement quietly sabotage your health. Always check your dosage. Always talk to your doctor. And never assume heart healthy means brain safe. Number 2, the vision vitamin that mimics stroke, vitamin A. Vitamin A is widely known for supporting vision, skin health, and immune function. But what many seniors don't realize is that too much of this essential nutrient can quietly harm the brain, and in ways that are often mistaken for something far worse. Unlike water-soluble vitamins, vitamin A is fat-soluble, which means your body stores it in the liver, tissues, and even the brain. Over time, especially with high-dose supplements, this accumulation can cause elevated pressure inside the skull, a condition that mimics the symptoms of a stroke. It often begins subtly: headaches, blurred or double vision, occasional dizziness. But in some cases, it progresses to slurred speech, nausea, and even permanent vision loss. The danger is real, and it tends to go unnoticed until symptoms become severe. And because these effects can come on slowly, they're frequently misattributed to aging or other medical issues. One of the biggest problems is that many older adults are unknowingly getting far more vitamin A than they need. A single multivitamin might contain the full daily recommended amount. But if you're also taking an anti-aging supplement, an eye health formula, or a skincare blend, you could be doubling or tripling your intake without realizing it. The recommended safe upper limit for older adults is around 2,500 to 3,000 IU per day, and even that should only be used if there's a clear medical reason. Yet many supplements on the market today contain 5,000 to 10,000 IU per capsule and often encourage daily use. Over time, this creates a buildup that the aging liver struggles to clear. Symptoms of vitamin A toxicity aren't always obvious at first: fatigue, irritability, dry skin, but the neurological signs are the ones to watch closely. Increased brain pressure, if left untreated, can cause lasting damage to both your vision and cognitive function. To protect yourself, be mindful of how many different supplements contain vitamin A. Don't stack multiple products that list it as an ingredient. Choose formulas that stay well below the upper daily limit unless advised by your doctor. And avoid taking high-dose vitamin A long-term unless you have a medically confirmed deficiency. This is one of those cases where more is not better. A vitamin meant to support your vision and health can, if overused, quietly put your brain at serious risk. Make sure your supplement routine isn't silently working against you. Number 3. The brain booster that destroys nerves, vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 is often marketed as a brain booster or nerve support supplement. You'll see it in energy pills, memory blends, and products claiming to improve mood or focus. But here's the serious catch: too much vitamin B6 can actually damage your nerves, sometimes permanently. This is one of those vitamins where the line between helpful and harmful is surprisingly thin. In small, appropriate doses, B6 is essential for brain function, metabolism, and nerve health. But once you cross the threshold, especially above 100 milligrams per day, it can become toxic to your nervous system. The damage doesn't happen all at once. It's gradual, and often misunderstood. Symptoms can begin as numbness or tingling in the hands and feet. Over time, it can progress to poor balance, muscle weakness, tremors, and even frequent falls. Some people report confusion or memory issues, symptoms that are too often blamed on aging or early dementia. What makes this especially concerning for older adults is how easy it is to get too much without knowing it. Many popular brain, nerve, and energy supplements contain high doses of B6, sometimes 100 to 200 milligrams per tablet. If you're taking more than one of these products, or combining them with a multivitamin, you could be unknowingly exceeding safe limits every single day. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that flush out quickly, B6 builds up in your body over time. And the older you are, the harder it becomes for your system to clear the excess. This means even moderate overdoses can accumulate and quietly erode your nerve function. The good news is that most seniors only need a very small amount, typically just 2 to 10 milligrams per day, including what you get from food. So if you're already eating a balanced diet, adding high-dose B6 on top isn't just unnecessary, it may actually be dangerous. To protect yourself, carefully check the labels of any supplement that claims to boost brain, nerve, or energy function. Watch for ingredients labeled B6, pyridoxine, or part of a B complex. Avoid any product offering 100 milligrams or more unless specifically prescribed by a healthcare provider. If you're experiencing odd tingling, weakness, or sudden changes in balance, don't just assume it's part of getting older. It could be your body warning you of B6 toxicity. And the sooner you adjust your intake, the better your chances of full recovery. Number 4. The hidden bleeding risk, vitamin E. Vitamin E is often called the heart helper. It's known for its antioxidant properties, and many people over 60 take it in hopes of supporting their circulation, boosting memory, or maintaining healthy skin. But here's something most people don't hear. Vitamin E can increase your risk of serious bleeding inside the brain, especially if you're already taking blood-thinning medications. What many don't realize is that vitamin E acts like a natural anticoagulant. In other words, it slows your blood's ability to clot. That might sound helpful until it's not. If you're also taking aspirin, warfarin, Plavix, or any other prescribed blood thinner, the combination can quietly become dangerous. When vitamin E is added to an existing blood thinning regimen, your blood can become too thin. This increases the risk of hemorrhagic stroke, where a blood vessel in the brain bursts and bleeds, even without trauma or warning signs. The result can be confusion, sudden headaches, nausea, or worse, and in many cases, it happens without people ever realizing their supplement routine is the problem. The recommended daily intake for older adults is just 15 milligrams, or around 22 IU. But many common supplements found in pharmacies and online contain 200, 400, even 1000 IU per capsule, up to 45 times more than the body actually needs. And there's often no warning label, no flag telling you it may conflict with your medications. People see natural and vitamin, and assume it must be safe. That's why it's so important to look at your full supplement routine, especially if you're taking anything for your heart or circulation. Check if your multivitamin already contains vitamin E. Avoid stacking it with additional high-dose vitamin E capsules. And most importantly, if you're on any type of blood thinner, talk to your doctor before taking vitamin E, even in moderate amounts. Also keep in mind that vitamin E is fat-soluble, meaning it can accumulate in your body over time. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that are flushed out quickly, excess vitamin E can build up and quietly increase bleeding risk over weeks or months. There's no doubt that vitamin E plays a role in supporting health, but when it comes to seniors, especially those on medications, it's a vitamin that demands caution. More isn't better. Balance is what protects your body and your brain. Number 5, the most shocking culprit, vitamin D. Vitamin D is often praised as a must-have supplement, and for good reason. It plays a vital role in supporting your bones, immune system, and even your mood. For seniors, it's especially important for maintaining bone density and reducing the risk of fractures. But here's the part that rarely gets mentioned: too much vitamin D, especially taken at the wrong time, can quietly increase your risk of a stroke. When taken in high doses, such as 5,000 to 10,000 IU daily, vitamin D can cause your calcium levels to rise well beyond what the body can handle. You may think, isn't calcium good for bones? It is, but only when it's properly regulated. When there's too much calcium in your bloodstream, and not enough balance in your system, your body starts to deposit that calcium into soft tissues, including your arteries. Over time, this causes your blood vessels to become stiff and narrow, making it harder for blood to flow freely. Now combine that with what naturally happens while you sleep, your body becomes slightly dehydrated. Your blood gets thicker. Your circulation slows down. That's a perfect storm. If your arteries are already stiff from calcium buildup, your risk of forming a blood clot goes up, and that clot can easily travel to your brain while you're asleep, causing a stroke with no warning signs. What's even more concerning is how common this is. Many seniors take high-dose vitamin D supplements without knowing what their actual levels are. Over-the-counter pills often contain 5,000 or even 10,000 IU per capsule, far more than most older adults need. So, what's the right approach? Most seniors only need about 600 to 800 IU per day, unless a deficiency is confirmed by a doctor. Always take your vitamin D in the morning, not before bed. This helps your body process it during your active hours and reduces the risk of calcium buildup at night. And if you're taking it regularly, especially alongside calcium or heart medications, be sure to get your blood levels checked. That includes both vitamin D and calcium. Remember, vitamin D is powerful, but that power goes both ways. Used correctly, it supports your health. But in excess, and at the wrong time, it may quietly set the stage for a life-changing event. Balance, timing, and awareness, that's how you make your vitamins work for you, not against you. The safer alternative, real food pills. There's a reason your body often responds better to food than to pills. While supplements can have their place, the truth is this: your body was designed to absorb nutrients from real food, not capsules. Whole foods provide vitamins and minerals in their natural, balanced forms, along with fiber, enzymes, antioxidants, and cofactors that help your body absorb and use nutrients more effectively. In contrast, many supplements are delivered in isolated, synthetic forms that may not be as bioavailable. Worse, they can build up in your system over time, especially fat-soluble vitamins, and in some cases even become toxic. With food, that risk simply isn't there. You're nourishing your body without worrying about overdosing, interactions with medications, or hidden side effects. If you're over 60 and aiming to protect your brain, heart, and overall energy levels, some of the most powerful tools are already in your kitchen, not your medicine cabinet. Here are some of the most brain-protective foods you can include in your daily meals. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and collard greens, rich in folate and antioxidants that support memory, cognition, and blood flow to the brain. Berries, especially blueberries and blackberries, packed with polyphenol and flavonoids that help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress in brain tissue. Eggs, nuts, and avocado, excellent sources of healthy fats like choline, vitamin E, and monounsaturated fats, which help support brain cell structure and reduce age-related decline. Whole grains such as oats, brown rice, and quinoa provide steady energy by stabilizing blood sugar, which is essential for consistent mental focus and clarity. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, loaded with omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation and help preserve brain volume and function. These foods don't just protect your brain. They support your heart, immune system, bones, mood, and mobility, all in one. It's not about chasing perfection. It's about choosing real, recognizable food over synthetic replacements, whenever possible. Supplements may be helpful in some cases, especially when medically needed. But for most people, focusing on food first gives your body what it needs, in the way it was meant to receive it. So before reaching for another bottle, ask yourself, can I get this nutrient from my next meal? Often, the answer is yes, and your brain will thank you for it. You don't need to fear vitamins, but you do need to respect them. What once worked for you in your 40s or 50s may not be safe in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. As we age, our bodies process nutrients differently. The same supplement that once supported your energy or memory could now raise your blood pressure, thin your blood too much, or quietly increase your risk of a stroke. That's why it's so important to stay informed. Always read your labels. Get regular blood tests. Talk to your doctor before adding anything new to your routine, even if it says natural or healthy. And most importantly, listen to your body. It often whispers before it shouts. Have you ever taken any of these vitamins? Will you check your labels now? Tell us in the comments. Like this video if protecting your brain matters to you. Subscribe for more science-backed senior health tips. And please share this with someone you love who takes daily supplements. It could make all the difference.